You had a heck of a show a few weeks ago. A lot of people are calling this like NXT WrestleMania. And here you are in the main event. You're doing
Yeah.
stuff with John Cena. You're doing something with The Undertaker who shows up. Walk me through what that day was like for you.
It was like a dream. It was like a fever dream, man. It's funny. A lot of people kept, hit me up the day after, and that night. It was like I almost couldn't believe that it happened. Um, but there was that moment where you're like, "Look, I'm a pro, and I'm gonna be in this moment, and I understand the assignment." And then there was a moment where I was a little kid, and I'm like, "Shoot, this is freaking cool, man! This is really cool." The whole thing with Taker at the end, I didn't know that. I didn't know that was gonna happen. Just I didn't know what to do. I just kind of was like, let me just walk back with him. And he walked me through the whole, thing with the pose and everything. I was just sitting there like a kid. And I remember walking back through. I was like, that was so freaking cool. And he just patted me on the back. But it was a great moment, just cool experience. And something I'll never forget, man. For
No, it's not like he walked you you did the move at the same time. Like, how did you figure all that out if you didn't know it was going to happen?
what he told me, he said, all right, on three, one, two, three, now. I'm listening. Don't mess this up, Mello. Don't mess this up. But it was just cool, man. Those guys were just great to work with. And like I said, just a dream. The kid in me was screaming, but the pro in me was like, run the play.
Did you have a chance to spend some time with Undertaker after that? Maybe pick his brain a little bit?
So I actually talked to the Taker a bunch of times before that. So like he actually sat down with me one time for like an hour, and we just talked. Same thing with Cena. So I mean, it wasn't my first interaction with these guys, which is probably better because now they're familiar with me. I'm familiar with them. But yeah, I mean, any opportunity I get to talk to Taker, any opportunity I get to talk to Paul Heyman, John Cena, I take every single one. And those guys are more than generous with their time, especially with young talent that wants to learn. And we all want to learn at NXT. So, they were very, very gracious with their time for sure.
And let's add one more name to that. I mean, you get to work with Shawn Michaels week in, week out. How
Yeah,
cool is that?
the coolest. The cool. I mean, just this morning, just getting to talk to him for a little bit, he just relays how proud he is of the work that we're doing, and what we're creating at NXT. It's just reassuring. But I've learned so much from him, and not even what you would think. You know what I mean? A lot of people be like, "Oh man, the in ring stuff," but no, it's not. There's way more to this than what people realize. It's a lot to do with the facials, a lot to do with the demeanor and the character work. I mean, we're at that stage right now.
There's a lot of fans that saw that moment with The Undertaker and putting the arm up as kind of a passing of the torch moment. Do you see it as that?
Uh, I don't know. I mean, I just was cool to be in that moment. It's hard to say like when you're in it and it's you, it's different. You know what I mean? I'm sure it's like
Yeah.
other people can interpret things like from the outside perspective on the inside. To me, it was like it was business. It was like this is what we're doing. You don't get too caught up in the what does this mean? Does this mean I'm the next guy? We don't get caught up in that because we got TV next Tuesday, and John Cena's not going to be there, and the Undertaker's not going to be. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we don't get caught up in those things. I know a lot of fans do, and that's awesome. You know what I mean? I love that for them. But truly, as entertainers and as being those guys in there and pros, like we have to focus on what we got to do. So I don't get caught up in any of that. That was freaking cool as hell. I can't deny that. But if I'm the guy or whatever, that's not on my mind. Just thinking about all right, we got TV next Tuesday. Let's kill that and let's focus on it.